So the other day I was in this cave and happened to notice something streak past. I was unable to get a good look, so I set out to figure out exactly what it was.
It is pitch black down here. You can't even see the tunnel that we're hiking in. You can barely see the ceiling. See that?
I spent a great deal of time searching in the dark for what it was I saw. It was simply too dark and there were too many crevices for it to hide in. Unsuccessful in identifying the mystery, I decided to set up a perimeter of lights in hopes I could flush out the elusive creature. It took me a few minutes to set everything up. The cave was simply too big to adequately light the area. The best I could hope for was to have enough light to catch its silhouette. With all my lights in place, I went over the plan with my camera woman. I saw the creature run down the tunnel. I would simply head down the tunnel and try to drive whatever it was towards the light so I could get a shot of it. I made one final check of my equipment. I probably would only have one shot at this, so I wanted to make sure everything was working properly. I told my camera woman where to hold the camera and I turned on the equipment. That's good enough. Can you see me? See me good? Okay. I headed down the tunnel to find my mystery creature. Alright, this lava tube is beginning to get narrow and very confined. And there's a nice breeze blowing through here. And it's been raining so much up above, it's starting to drip into the cave. Off I went into the darkness. Before I got beyond visual range of my camera, I turned around and made an effort to light up the tunnel to show how immense it was. This thing is massive. That would be the last time my camera woman would see me. Till it wasn't. Come on, we gotta get out of here! Okay, we're at 8 Cave in southern Washington, not too far from Portland, Oregon. This cave is amazing. It's an actual lava tube from Mount St. Helens, which is not too far from here, and you can actually explore it. There's 2 caves. The lower cave is this huge cave, and it's pretty easy. It dead ends. It goes about maybe a quarter of a mile or so. But the upper cave is my favorite part. Actually, I haven't done a whole lot of it. I've seen the end of it, but I haven't done the beginning because the beginning part's hard to find, but it's really cool. A lot of rocks to scramble over. There's a lava fall that's about 9 feet high. It's a challenge to get over, but we're gonna do that, so let's go. Ape Cave is roughly a 3-hour drive from Seattle, Washington. It's a scenic drive, and there's certainly a lot to look at once you get out of the Seattle area. The grandeur of the mouth of the cave is sure to draw you in. What curious person wouldn't feel invited to explore such a splendid opening? The park officials have made it easy enough to get into the cave. They've built stairs that allow you to expedite your entry in. Once you do go in, make sure that you've brought enough light source. More than one, in fact. This is not some place you want to be and not have enough lighting. You will not make it out without one. At the entrance is your one and only sign directing you to the different cave options. Alright, so we are now in the actual cave. This is the beginning, the entrance. We're going to do the upper cave if we can find the trail. For some reason I had a hard time finding it last time. I actually didn't find it. We had to go to the end of it and backtrack. So we're going to try to find it at the entrance this time. Wish me luck. A few meters from the cave entrance is where the trail begins to get dodgy. Almost immediately, I stumbled upon a rock pile, and it wasn't certain which way I should go.
Just came up to our first rock pile. These rocks have fallen from the ceiling over the course of time. And the thing I want to point out, these rocks are really, really sharp. If you were to fall on them, they will cut you. This one rock here, it's got a metallic look to it. You know, this is some serious stuff, man. You get hit by that, you're gonna be hurting.
The first time I came here, I struggled with which way to go. To put it in simple terms, go up. The trail requires you to go up over the rock pile. The deceiving part is that the rocks appear to go up to the ceiling, but there is a passageway at the top. One recommendation I have for you is bring a pair of gloves. I'm not joking when I say the rocks are sharp. I liken climbing these rocks to rubbing your hands against a cheese grater.
Just wanted to demonstrate the ceiling. These rocks are really jagged and they have a glistening feel to it. And they have some mold. This mold actually serves as food, as a food source for the wildlife in here. Whatever that is, I would imagine that would be like gnats and moths and stuff like that. Maybe they're snakes, I don't know. Maybe we'll see a snake. Allegedly, Sasquatch lives here. But we'll see. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see Sasquatch.
Making my way down the multiple rock piles was no easy feat. There were many opportunities to twist my ankle or cut myself. At the time of this video, I was recovering from a severe sprain, so I was babying my ankle.
Alright, I don't know if you guys can see this out yonder, but this is the end of the rock pile over here. You can see that little diamond spotlight right there. That's where we're headed. We're going to scramble over these rocks, and then this regular lava tube for who knows. Allegedly, there's 27 rock piles that we have to scramble over. This is the second one, so let's get over these rocks and then move on.
I carefully made my way down, careful not to twist my ankle. Once I got to the bottom, I was in a state of jubilation.
Yes. No more rocks. Now we're in a regular lava tube. This thing is massive. Can you guys see this? Look at this place, man. It's hard to believe that lava used to flow in here. And now it doesn't. Now it's an awesome hike. Incredible.
The hike went on for a mile or more, requiring me to ascend and descend upon multiple piles of rocks in the dark. Just recently, I learned of some boys that got trapped in a cave due to mass flooding. If I had known then what I know now, I can't help but wonder if I would have gone and explored this cave. The answer is yes, but it's important to know when the right time is to go in. The hike through the cave was a peaceful one. Most times, I felt like I was the only one in the cave, but I wasn't. Eventually, I encountered other cave explorers. Ape Cave is a popular hike, although it seems to cater to the younger population.
Okay, one thing about caving, you know, especially going uphill, it's very exertive and it makes you thirsty. So the good thing about Ape Cave is there's no shortage of water here. It's always raining in Oregon and Washington, so there's no shortage of water. What you do is just go up to the ceiling here of the cave, and there's these things that are almost like little nipples, kind of, and you just stick your tongue up. I can't get it because my helmet. Let me take that off for a second. Stick your tongue up here. Not bad. That's Earth's natural soft drink right there. You get thirsty, you just put your tongue up and get some water. All right, let's move on.
Ape Cave is said to be discovered in 1951 by a logger. Later, the Mount St. Helen Apes, a Boy Scout charter, explored the cave. Seems like kind of a ballsy place to bring some young boys to explore. I doubt that would happen this day and age.
Alright, we've come to the infamous 9-foot lava fall. This is the biggest challenge of this cave. It's about 1 mile into the hike. Total hike is 1.5 miles, and this is one of the highlights. It's challenging because there's only one really good foothold to climb this. Alright, so other than that, you got to be real flexible and agile to get up this. So I'm going to attempt this. Hopefully I don't fall on my ass. Take care.
Truth be told, when I read about this lava fall on the internet, I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to make it up to the top. I didn't want to have to turn around and go back the other way after hiking in 1 mile. The fact is, if you're able-bodied, you should have no problem hiking up this wall. I honestly didn't find it as challenging as everyone made it out to be. I even brought some rope just in case. Hey, it's better to be over rather than underprepared. In no time at all, I found myself at the top of the wall. With the biggest challenge behind me, I was ready to move on and see the main attraction of this cave, which was not much farther ahead.
1.5 miles later, we have come to the end. And this is the highlight. You can see the remnants of the light coming in the cave. This is the infamous skylight. This is the highlight of the whole hike on this tour. You know, and it's this beautiful opening from the ground, and the light just casts into the hole and lights up the whole cave. It's beautiful.
I walked a little closer to get a better look at this amazing work of nature. Each step brought me closer and closer to something I hadn't seen in hours: natural light.
This is what we came for, the moment of truth. The skylight.
I took a moment to bask in the natural light. Being cooped up in a cave gave me a renewed appreciation for the sun. The sun rays felt good on my face. After taking a few minutes to enjoy the experience, it was time to get out of the cave. Just a few meters further was the cave exit. To get a sense of exactly how dark it can be in this cave, I turned off all my lights and wandered in the cave blindly. Here you can see the light at the end of the cave. Making my way towards the exit, I was ready to leave. The cave is always cool and wet, so make sure you dress appropriately.
One and a half miles underground. Incredible. Incredible. We made it. Unfortunately, there were no eruptions, because if there was, we wouldn't make it out of here alive.
The cave spits you out at a tiny opening in a sinkhole. Never in my life had I been so happy to see natural light. Freed from the darkness, I let out a cheer.
Yes! I made it! It's raining out here.
I made my way out of the sinkhole, but the journey was not quite over just yet. In reality, it was only halfway done.
End of the trail comes out of a sinkhole. All that's left to do now is just walk back to the parking lot. It's about a mile walk. It's a simple one. Considering you've been in a cave, this will be easy. Let's get out of here. Before before we go in this cave, there's one thing you gotta know. Caves are dangerous, and you need to go with an experienced caver, otherwise things will go wrong. Take this hole for example, right? You need to know the hazards before you go down there. So always look and see what... Can we cut that? Not really. Some idiot decided to leave a mark, put some graffiti on the cave here. You know, it's unfortunate that they would do something like that to a natural wonder. But if you're gonna do that, at least be artistic. You know, at least leave something that's amazing to see. This right here, this is crap.
It's been 3 days since Thai authorities and cave diving experts found the 12 missing boys and their coach deep inside the Tham Luang cave in Chiang Rai province, northern Thailand. And now the search has been turned into a rescue operation, which is extremely difficult because of the monsoon rain and the rising water levels. Not to mention the darkness inside the cave and also the rough terrain that the rescue teams have to go through in order to reach the stranded. Earlier this morning, Chiang Rai Province Governor Narongsak told reporters that there are quite a few challenges, but the most pressing one for them is the water level, because the cave is now acting like a sponge and water keeps coming from all directions. So they have to make sure that the water level will not rise back to the same level, and they have to bring the boys and the coach out as soon as possible.